What's up, guys? Dave from betsum.com. I'm going to go over a few of my daily fantasy plays for Week 11 NFL. I'm going to start out with quarterbacks this week. I think a popular play, but a decent one for cheap, is Kirk Cousins going against the Packers. I assume he'll be probably in the top 5 highest owned quarterbacks. Maybe not, though. But he should be a pretty popular play due to how good he's been playing this season, as well as his matchup against the Packers at home. So a popular play this week, but a decent one would be stacking him with one of his tight ends, which would be Reed or Vernon Davis. Vernon Davis being half the price of Reed, but also having some really solid games and about just as dangerous, I think. Maybe we see a turnover of who Cousins likes best. So Cousins is a decent play. I mean, you can't really go wrong. We have a bunch of great quarterbacks going against really bad defenses here in the top 5 or 6. So, I mean, you can't go wrong. Any of these guys can get you 30 plus. So if you're looking for a cheap play, Cousins is a good one. I also like Aaron Rodgers a lot. I like Andrew Luck. And another decent play is Blake Bortles, but I would never really play him. But a couple of my friends are going to be risking him in some of the higher buy-in tournaments just because they think no one will be on him, and he's got a great matchup, and Allen Robinson is starting to play well. As far as running backs go, Le'Veon Bell and DeMarco Murray, right there. Look at these matchups. I mean, they're going to be picked a lot this week, and that's fine. They are away. But anyway, yeah, they'll be picked a lot. I'm going to look at David Johnson and McCoy a lot this week. I think that they'll be a little under-owned due to their matchups and the fact that Bell and DeMarco Murray are a little hotter at the moment. So I'm going to try and pivot from the public plays and focus on David Johnson and McCoy. Even though Johnson's got a really tough matchup, he does get all those receptions, and he's a beast. Spencer Ware will be another popular, cheaper running back play as they're home versus Tampa Bay, and their defense tends to set them up in a lot of short field situations. I also like Theo Riddick. He gets a lot of receptions, and I don't see that changing anytime too soon. And I also, at a cheap play, I like James Starks on Green Bay, who got his first start, so now they have a running back again last week, but he didn't get a chance to really produce or get a whole lot of points, even though he still got 13 for a 4,200 guy. They did fall behind to Tennessee big time early, so he didn't get a chance to produce. I think that that'll actually make his ownership even lower than it should be. So I do like Starks as a play, and also Procise, who is now the number 1 guy there at Seattle until Rawls comes back. He had a great game, and I think they're going to give it to him a lot more, and he's still pretty cheap at 4,200. As far as wide receiver goes, we have a lot of great options at the top here. I'm going to just tell you a few of the guys I like that are cheaper. I like Robert Woods on Buffalo at Cincinnati, 4,900. He had a great game last game. He's finally connecting with Tyrod. Tyrod hucks it down the field a lot, so I like him at a sneak play. Alshon Jeffrey's out, so Cameron Meredith or Eddie Royal would be decent picks. Eli Rogers is now what looks to be the number 2 wide receiver on Pittsburgh and is doing well with Big Ben lately. So he's not a bad person to look at if you need a cheap wide receiver. Quentin Patton is 3,000 for San Francisco at home against New England. He's had 9 targets the past 2 games. 2 games before that, he had 4 and 7. For a 3K guy, that can get you 20 or more. And hopefully they'll be down a lot against New England and have to throw the ball. I don't mind that play at all. So those are kind of some of the sneak plays I like for wide receiver. As far as tight end, I'm not really going to mess around too much. Like I said, I'm going to go Jordan Reed. I'm going to go Davis and probably Martellus Bennett from the Patriots, hoping that Gronk has another slow day. As far as defenses go, I like the top guys. I'm not going to mess around there either. Seahawks, Steelers, Patriots. Although I do like the Cowboys down here as a cheaper play that you could do. LA home versus Dolphins is another cheap play that you could do. And Kansas City, but they're one of the top ones too. But so those are the plays I like this week. If you like these videos, please click subscribe and join me next week for Week 12 NFL DFS. Thanks. Good luck.